friends, welcome back. We have been looking at expanding brackets. We've been looking at expanding brackets with negatives. This video is going to be looking at expanding and simplifying when you might have, for example, more than one bracket, or you might have negatives, or you might have lots of terms inside the bracket. So let's get started. The first activity here is mostly just a warm up. So if you already know how to do all of these, you can skip ahead slightly. Otherwise, practice all 4 questions and make sure you can get the answers. So I'm going to just very briefly go through these. So 4 times x is 4x, 4 times 1 is 4, so that's what you should have got for the first answer. 4 times x is 4x, 4 times y is positive 4y, and then 4 times 5 is 20, so that's the second answer. 4x squared times 7 is going to give you 28x squared, and then you've got 4x squared times ab, so that will be 4abx squared plus. And here we have to be careful with the signs and also the multiplication. So for the first part, you're going to do 6 times 3 is 18, and then we've got 1a, we've got 1b, and then you've got c squared times c squared is c to the power 4. And then we're going to do 6 times negative 6 is negative 36. And then c squared times y is just c squared y. So those are the answers to the questions, just as a warm-up. And we're actually going to start looking at the questions where you have more than one bracket. So I'm going to do this example for you, and then you're going to try the example behind the screen on the right. So first thing you want to do with these types of questions is just to make sure that you are expanding this bracket first, then expanding this bracket, and then collecting any terms together that are like. So 4 times y is, well, expand the brackets first. 4 times y plus 4 times 1. And then we're adding, for the second bracket, 3 times y plus 3 times 2. So that becomes 4y plus 4 plus 3y plus 6. Now we can see in terms of things we can add together, the 4 and the 6 will give you 10, and then the 4y and the positive 3y will give you 7y. So 7y plus 10. Now just remember, when you're collecting the like terms, you can put a line before each of the signs just to make it clearer who the sign belongs to, because that positive sign belongs to the 4, this positive sign belongs to the 3y, this positive sign belongs to the 6. That's especially important when these become negative numbers. Okay, try the question on the right, pause the video, and then I'm going to go through it myself. Okay, so I'm going to go through it now. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 5 times p is 5p, plus 3 times p, plus 3 times e. So let's write this all out. 25 plus 5p plus 3p plus 3e. Now the like terms here, we've only got 5p and 3p. We can't add the e's, we can't add the 25. So this is just going to be 25 plus 5 plus 3 is 8p, and then the 3e just stays as it is. These are all separate terms. That is your final answer. Right. Have a go with expanding all of the following. Pause the video, copy this into your books, show all of your working out, and then I'm going to show you the answers to this in 5, 4. Okay, here are the answers. Check your working out. Hope that was useful. I'm going to go through question 5, just the extension question. So let's work through this briefly. Now, I'm not going to go into all the details about multiplying decimals and fractions and stuff. I'm just going to tell you the answers to this. So it's going to be 0.4 times 5, or 5 lots of 0.4, which will give you 2, 2p, and then 0.4p times 15p. 0.4 times 15 is the same as 4 tenths times 15, or 2/5 times 15. So 2/5, that's going to give you plus 6, and then p times p is p squared. So that's going to give you 6p squared. Then you do a quarter of 8, which is 2. So this becomes 2p squared. And then a quarter times 56. And that's going to give you half of 28 is 14. So this will be plus 14. And see what we can add up together. Now 2p, there's no other p terms. 6p squared and 2p squared will become 8p squared, positive. And then we've got 14 just by itself, so it's 14. So your final answer is 2p plus 8p squared plus 14.